Guys, what up? Welcome back. Gamblers in the his house. You got some timestamps on this. You guys can see at the bottom. Want to reference anything? Welcome back. We are the first episode post the huge ops that we did. Second episode. The last two episodes are a two-parter addressing this giant warfront that we pushed yesterday. The crew, not myself. I didn't do anything. The crew ended up staging a ton of fleets here, 70, 80, more than that. The Gatos 6 plus 20, I don't know what it was, 25, 26 fleets maybe, I don't know what it was. And then probably that was 20, maybe close to 110, 120. Not including the Sabos that were flying in. So this is the post 1 day later. We're gonna actually reference this real quick to go to politics. Remember I told you guys what was gonna happen. We had all those TCs staged. We had all that the team doing all that planning, getting FOBs, stations, coordination, troop carriers in place. They started the timer like I had told you guys for like 14 hours, 13, 14, 15 hours. And you can see as soon as you hit that 13 victory points, it starts the timer. So 14 hours ago, the timer started. Got the 13th point. They've got the 14th point. Like I told you, we'll update. So I'm going to jump all. I have a list here. So, like I said, you guys can reference the timestamps. But I'm going to address this real quick with coordination. So, Rocket took his. Grub took his. So, Grub's here. We're chilling. I'm going to. Maybe I'll touch on my stations at the end for you new players. What I kind of. I'm going to be showing a video of this more in depth. So maybe I will leave that in the description of what video that is. That's gonna go over unlocking a bunch more heavy ship assembly positions, pushing claims, using fortresses, all that good stuff. But Grub took his 13th point. I believe it was this. I can't remember. It might have been this one during the video we capped this one, and then maybe there's one other one. I can't remember. So we got 8 mid, 4 more north in Taurus, 12, 13 is Grubs, 14 is when we pushed NK, and slowly we're gonna reference this a little bit later. That's the reason I was doing the video now. The repercussions of something like this happening. So they warped the FOBs into position as soon as this was crushed. They crushed this position right here, and then you send FOBs in here, and they've capped one station. Now it's really out of control. Not only do you have the FOB, but now you've got TC station, fully built station. You get the gate, so now they got a level 5 gate here. Start moving ships into place, like these Sabo fleets that Booty is now using to start sabotaging close range into this giant cluster of 6-point, 7-point HSAs. And the repercussions of this, not only is this just this screwed, but we're going to swing this. So this is number 15. Jatak is taking point number 15. That once again is going to go towards the total. So in order for this timer to be removed, we're going to need to this team, EGB, is going to need to lose 3 of these positions. So they have to retake this position, take the station back, or destroy this one. Maybe this one, or excuse me, this one right here might be vulnerable to get taken, and maybe this one super vulnerable to be taken. One that me and Grub are on. So what? So we're gonna go down the list. Timestamp the shit out of this thing. So Crossfire 15, once again, the update post huge push is this position is completely screwed. Having vision here, seeing anything that flies in, that's terrible. There's a huge lack of vision here. So we got to fix that. What's funny is I'll address this. So lack of vision, lack of kind of warping things into positions where that really haven't spied, and it really is a lack of vision. When you're warping, you want to get probes down to where you're warping to, and one of these stations, actually none of them had, the station had vision, but the position in which we were jumping to had no vision. So what happened was this position had a 6-8 stacks of carriers, a bunch of frigates, so we had to actually kick fleets out of this because we only had heavies staged on this, and we were just coming out here just to attack this and harass it, all that good stuff. Somehow, for whatever reason, this station in the middle of nowhere, it's not even in their sector, out here in the middle of nowhere, happened to run into a bunch of ships. Wow, we have no idea why they're out. They're not doing anything for their team. Just more of a kind of a miscommunication on their port. All these ships should have been here, and it would have definitely swung this fight a little bit. Instead of these guys only losing a quarter of their carriers, maybe my team or the bastards would have maybe lost half instead. It was a huge amount of ships that were out of position up here instead of down here. So we're going to go down. The countdown started. The VPs have started maps and fobs. Nothing really to kind of report. Got a fob, one fob here. This one's out of place. This one's going to get blown up. There is one, I can't remember where the other one. Oh, it's still up here. So 4 is still up here. It's jumping somewhere. So Booty did end up taking this 7-point position. Yeah, I think he's moving his. He's already moved it. So he already moved his new capital ship assembly out here, pumping carriers with what looks like a new mining colony he's upgrading. And then the other fob is with me and Grub. So it was somewhere right here. And now it's warped back. Where did it go? Where is she? Oh, it's right here. This one has moved and it's moving again. So I want to assume that it's moving back towards mid. So so that's another thing. So at least me, I'm playing Atlas. My main job is to light up, have vision. So I'm actually going to check my guy. 33 seconds it lands. 1 minute it returns. One just returned, so you can see all of them are barely just about to land. So our main labor. I'm just talk about my gameplay a little bit here. I know this is about the server itself, but Atlas players, my main focus is vision, and super critical area is our labor, is where one of my probes is at. Another probe or another scanner is mid. You can see this. There's a lot of vision breaking apart, so we got to get on it and get our vision back. And then because station dropping is very real in this game. And knocking that timer down is what a lot of people are going to try to do. Even though we're going to jump up to 15 points, it's still doable to find. Well, I say that there's 8 mid, so it's really difficult to take those 8 victory points mid and knock them out because we have so much. Our main core is out here, and then in our own sector is another 4. So it's pretty difficult. It's a tall task for sure with trying to take these back. So what my thoughts are on the fronts. Oh no, so I was gonna look at this. So maybe it's already happened. So maybe it's still going right. About like land right. 14 seconds. So we'll watch this. This is Jatak's attack, taking the 15th point. So repercussions of pulling into this position, wrecking everything here, and then you can't stop this. So there you go. This should disappear. It's actually kind of... Oh, no, it's not. Look at this. This HSA belongs to this station. That's kind of funny. So we'll go to politics. Refresh, and look at 15. So 15 points now. This position is extremely lost. Jatak will send industrials here, make a gate, and just keep pushing into this and blowing this up. Or capturing some of these. Maybe they'll capture one of these stations, and it's just... What happens is you're swinging all of these stations away from your adversary into your own possession, and they're already pre-built for 7-point positions. Like just like this one got a double 6. All of these benders, or this was a bender, so you can tell these were benders because the GT is right next to the station. These just get capped. They have 6s on them, so pretty damn good pre-built HSA position. Pushing into 7s, swinging these away from your opponent into your possession. It's just massive, 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 massive. It's really, really borderline impossible to come back from this. This is no bueno. So, point 15. And my thoughts on what I think is going to happen is we're going to warp this and possibly take... I mean, I don't know. I think the server will be over by then. But let's say it drags on for another 3... I don't know. Somehow, I don't know. I don't think it'll happen. But let's say this timer wasn't going. We would puddle jump, take this bender. So that'd be number 16. I think there are plans for this one. So this will be 17. The one that is close to mid. So we've got 3 out of... So this is Taurus. This is Vulpecula. And this is Virgo. 3 out of the 4 non-starter state or areas. And then got Draco here. So I think this is the next on the menu for sure. This will probably be 16. This is the next one to go. This will be 16. Just because we've got our FOP here. It's going to warp over here and take this one. So we definitely in a good position. They've got 48 hours, 58 hours to react to this. And you guys just saw the cap happen. My server thoughts, so I think there needed to be a lot more coordination to stop this. If NK had deployed properly in reaction, or and actually attacked as a group instead of just doing stupid stuff and getting bored. Like, Aether, man, you gotta learn, man. Pulling yourself, breaking a nap, and giving a team that's super ahead an excuse to kill you or attack you is not how it's supposed to be. You guys could have easily fortified this position and at least held your 4 victory points for a while. Instead, you recklessly attack into us Then you deploy recklessly, and by that time, where are we at? You recklessly lose a bunch of ice stations, somebody's fleets, a couple of fleets for free, and then we just warp on top of you. You lose this position. Now this front is gone. So this could have been easily prevented. So that's one thing that could have been fixed and made this draw a lot longer, is us fighting more into this. So if we had to fight this and this at the exact same time and it's coordinated, we're spread on two fronts. And then if somehow this position is pushed from this way, like if Fob sneaks back here and starts pushing on this position, so we're having to defend here and fight here and possibly maybe fight over here. Those are four fronts. And then always the threat up front. So instead of this only being one threat at a time, one threat here, and then this is a threat, and then, you know, instead of them trickling in one at a time, they were coordinated, and it was like 3 fronts or 4 fronts. We wouldn't, I don't think we, maybe, I don't know if we've been able to handle all that. We might have been able to, but it would have been a lot closer. Those are my thoughts. And then for you new players, go watch the other episodes of this for sure. You can watch my build on Atlas, how to, you know, my gameplay on this was pretty much non-existent. Dropping probes and getting vision for my team. Getting a nano for the team, helping to, you know, if they, like, let me say this. So we're going to go back to politics, okay? We're going to go to overview. Server's only halfway done. There should be another 2 weeks to this, but the deal that's going on right now is we started the timer so early that this is going to wrap up possibly on day 17. We're missing pretty much a full 2 weeks of the server. So my build, like I said, from the start, I was extremely far behind. I was probably a week. I was a good 7-8 days behind everybody else because of my inability to be present and baby this thing and get it going. Now I'm going. So now my build, so my thoughts is my build is finally off and running, but the server's already ended. So right now, just to kind of give new players an update on just maybe my own gameplay, economy's rolling, moving things around. So right now I've set up and I've taken here in 1 hour, I can take my set of indies and augment my fortress here, and then I'll have a 6-point HSA here. If we end up blowing up this station right here, there's a 7-point position I can take right here for my capital ship assembly. We've got a 4-range mining colony, and so mining colony can go on a capital ship assembly. I can move it over here. So my 5-point. How are we at? My 5-point CSA can turn into a 7, which is exactly what I was going to do. If this had drug on, we just bomb this. And then I put my capital ship assembly here on a mining colony station. That's going to be just pumping metal now. And we got a 7, a 6, a 5, and then a 7 pumping recons. So my build's off and running for sure. 2 mining colony, 3 HSA, CSA, pumping scouts build. That's going to be a little bit of frigates, full recons, and carriers. And so that's kind of where I was at with my build. You new players, a lot of help here. I think at the top of this one is going to be reference to what I mean by the top is the video reference at the end of this top, or right above me here, is going to be the lead up to this. So the attack that initially started this whole thing, and it'll show a little more advanced things of how to push this front and smash into this, combat reports and what happened. So for you new players getting into this game, getting to this stage, takes a lot of coordination. It takes a lot of people that know what's going on. Huge economies, huge ship production, huge labor and vision. Just a lot of people active. Until next time, guys, this is Gambler. Leave me some likes. Hopefully you enjoyed this thing. I don't know. Just throw some support, and we'll see what we can do with this. If this we're going to continue being able to play Sovereign Space for another year or so, or not. We really got to get this thing kicking off. Okay, so support the game. Throw some support my way. Get involved. Start learning the game. Peace out, guys.